Hello, good morning. How are you today? I just wanted to hop on and I'm going to get ready, but while I'm getting ready, I wanted to talk about a few things. I apologize because I meant to start the beauty bash earlier. I've had a few things going on, one of which, most importantly, is a sick grandbaby who was in the hospital, and so I had the siblings and my other grandchildren, and life was a little busy and wasn't allowing me to do the posts and things that I needed to do to get the beauty bash started. So I will be doing that today, and I hope that you're able to join in. You can win prizes just by participating in posts, and I am actually gonna give away the rewards, the makeup rewards this month to somebody who makes a purchase. So if you make a purchase during the month of May, then you may be you'll get on the wheel and maybe the person who wins. So it depends on purchases as to what the rewards are, but I'm going to give away my rewards this month, and it could be a pot of makeup that you're able to shop for depending on, again, the purchases that happen this month. We have three people who have purchased already for the month of May that will qualify to get that pot of makeup at the end of the rainbow. And yeah, so just we're going to have a little beauty bash, and I'm just going to be putting out some things that I haven't posted before, maybe some things that I have for some of the new people, and just kind of sharing some things about mascara, sharing some things just about beauty, asking you guys to maybe participate in sharing some things that the rest of us would like to know. I want to get to know you guys better, so I'm going to have a welcome post and a roll call. Where you can basically just give us some information about you so that we all know who we are in this beauty group. And that's about it. It's going to be fun. I just want to kind of honor the women during the month of May, because May has Mother's Day in it, and a lot of us are mothers. Some of us are aunts. Some of us are godparents. Some of us are just friends who do a lot with their friends' children, but all of us, in one way or another, affect the life of others. We're all strong, we're all beautiful, and we all make a difference. So I just want to honor the women that are on here and just tell you guys that I think you're fabulous, and I want to give some things away so that maybe it makes your day. The people that have already ordered, you will be getting a small gift in the mail from me as a thank you. I really appreciate you trusting in me. There are other people that you could be ordering from, so I just want to say thank you. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and get ready. I tried something different today. I put a little bit of the Stay Spray, which is our setting spray, on first. It was sitting right there. I was being lazy instead of digging out my primer. And I just want to ask this question, because does anybody else, I've never in my lifetime, I am 52 years old, and just really trying to change some of my health habits. Because of my health, I'm trying to change a few things. You know, I've done things like, and I do like doing this actually, I squeeze a lemon into water in the morning and I'll drink that. I'm trying to increase my water intake. I drink a lot of tea, but it's unsweetened tea, so I always was like, well, what does that matter? It's unsweet tea, so what's the difference? But doctor's telling me I have to drink green tea, so I'm trying right now to do half and half. But anyways, this is V8. It's carrot mango. Actually, it's not bad. It's not, you know, I've never eaten a carrot before, so this will be kind of like my body might go into a little bit of shock. So yeah, 52 years, I've never eaten a carrot. But I do like vegetables, but I feel like I still don't get enough, because during the daytime, it's not very often that I pack vegetables in my lunch, because I don't eat raw vegetables, and salad is kind of the common lunch thing. And I only eat cooked vegetables, so unless I kind of go through a lot of extra effort, then there's not vegetables I'll eat fruit during the day, but there's not vegetables really until dinner time. So I know I need to get some more vegetables in my diet, and this, I guess, is a kind of cheat way to do that. I'm just wondering, does anybody else have anything that they recommend, that they use, that they do? Have you tried this before? I'm just curious. Okay, so like I did the other day, I'm going to use the 30-second hack brush to do my makeup because the Buffy brush is currently out of stock. This is the most commonly purchased brush for first-time users, so while it is out of stock and I am demonstrating how to do your makeup, I will use the makeup brush that is available to get. I mean, all the other brushes are available. It's just the brand new Buffy brush that's not. And I don't think it's really fair for me to sit here and put my makeup on with it, talk about how fabulous it is, and then say, well, but you can't get one right now. So they will be back in stock in June. But I actually really love the way this brush has a big surface. And it, I mean, look how quickly I already did that part of my makeup, that bottom part of my makeup. Buffy does give a very, I guess they call it a flawless finish. It gives a different finish. I do really like that brush. So when it is back in stock in June, I probably will switch back. But what I do like about this brush that is great is that you can almost apply everything with this brush. So if you were only get one brush, I still would probably say to start out with this one, because I haven't figured out yet, or I haven't completed everything with just the one Buffy brush. So I'm not saying it can't be done, I just haven't done it yet. This brush I have done start to finish application of everything that I've used, either with this brush or with my fingertips helping out. So I do think that that kind of is a good reason to still recommend this as the first brush, because I think that it matters, like if you can only get one brush, because they are expensive, but they are double-sided, so really when you think about that, it's probably no more expensive than any other brush, but they're way nicer. But if you were to only get one brush, I would want you to get one that's going to allow you to do more things. So I was just going back in the eye area. I've got this little red spot that I'm going to have to kind of color correct here because I don't know why it's not covering. We're just going to dot a little color on that spot and blend it up. But I just went in with a little bit of lighter color and this area here to brighten my face around my eyes. I got a little sleepy that wants to hang out on my cheek. So that is my highlight colors, and I did 2 highlight colors. Sometimes, and I don't have it going on right now, but the other day I had like this patch right here that was discolored, and a spot over here that was, I don't know if it was dry skin or exactly what it was, but it, I went over it with Mango to color correct and then did my highlight colors. So sometimes I use a third color, but not very often. Okay, so next I'm going to do contour. This is, and I'm just trying to introduce you to some of the different brushes. This is the Detailed Hack brush. The first one was the 30-second hack. And, whoa, what did I do? Seems to be, yeah, I had it flipped to the wrong side from what I dipped in the brush, so it's kind of going up above. You want to press it right under that cheekbone, And that's what I was trying to feel, is making sure I get right under that cheekbones so that it gives you that definition and doesn't draw your face down. And I'm just going to clean that up a little bit since I was kind of everywhere with that brush. Make sure I got a nice defined line. Sorry, I'm putting the palette right in front of what I'm doing. I'm just trying to make sure that I didn't get myself a droopy face. You shouldn't go past the iris of your eye, so that contour line should not come down into these smile lines, and it should pretty much line up with the iris of your eye is the furthest that it should come, but that kind of lines up with my smile lines, so I try to cut it back just a little bit from there. I'm just gonna use this brush just to kind of blend that a little bit since it kind of was a little bit messy. Did my hair first, which is good because when I'm done, but a pain because now my hair wants to get in the way. So contouring that forehead to kind of diminish the size of my forehead since I don't wear bangs, and I'm just brushing a little bit of the highlight color up to make it blend so that it's not just a straight dark line across my forehead. My hair wants to stick to my forehead this morning. Okay. So with contour, I also contour my bottom lip. And my top lip. Just lightly. Kind of blend it a little bit. It's not a harsh dark line. Right here, I like it a little bit thicker because that gives that little pout and makes lips look a little bigger. I don't have, I have very thin lips, so I appreciate any help I can get with them. I'm going to take a little contour down the nose. That thins the nose out. You want to follow the lines of your nose unless your nose is crooked or your nose is already thin, then you may not need to do this, but I have a little puggy nose, so I do it to just try to draw attention to just that middle section of my nose and not to the, so I'm just dotting a little bit of a lighter highlight color in there. So when I blend it with the Beauty Blender, that all blends together, but I'll have the contour to kind of define the nose and not, and to make it look a little smaller. That looks really funny, I know it does. So, okay, and I'll use some contour with my eyes, but I don't exactly know what I'm doing with my eyes, if I'm doing anything, so I'll do that in a second. I'm going to go ahead and move on to, I think I'm going to bronze first, and maybe even highlight first, and then add my blush last. I've been kind of finding that with the summer looks, I don't really, I prefer more of the bronzing than a lot of blush. And it kind of looks, our blush is so pigmented that it kind of looks like a lot of blush anyways, or it depends on the color you use, but a little bit goes a long way, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't want to say that it looks like a lot. So I got my Beauty Blender soaking wet this morning until it got nice and fluffy and big. And if you've seen it, it's usually this small. No, I'm kidding. It's usually not this small, but it is half of this size probably when it is dry. And so I got it good and wet, sopping wet, you know, and you keep squeezing it under water until it keeps filling up, and gets itself nice and fluffy. And then you wring it out in a towel. And when I say wring it out, I mean like there's nothing left in there. It might be considered slightly, it's not even, oh no, I dropped it. I wouldn't even consider it damp. Well, that was a fail, but I wouldn't even consider it damp anymore, but it is still nice and big and fluffy and soft. You wring it out that much in a towel because you don't want it to be wet and take the product off your face, but you don't want it to be dry. It just won't work the same. So you definitely want to get it good and saturated, and then you want to use it when it is completely wrung out. I'm going to go ahead and share a little bit about my mascara. Why? I'm going to put on the Bella bronzer. Like I said, I was going to go ahead and do that first. I'm going to go ahead and use this. I'm going to see how this works. I've seen some people do this. I just want to give it a try. One thing that I do a lot of, and I'm very sorry, because I'm fairly new, so I'm still experimenting a lot. So if you see me do things different ways, I'm just trying to see what works best for me, what I can recommend to you guys as being best practice. And I'm just trying new things, because it doesn't, and just the way I do it doesn't mean that's the way you should do it, because it works a little differently for each person depending on skin. We all have very different skin. So the bronzer should go on your high points, like where your the sun would kiss your skin. So the places where we usually get sun, like our forehead, our nose, our chin, and our cheeks, those are the places that the bronzer should be placed. And I have to blend out my nose before I place it there, but while I'm doing this, I'm just going ahead and I'm going to go ahead and blend my makeup so that my makeup is nice and set. I'm going to use a little bit of that bronzer on my neck, just to make sure there's not a big color difference between my face and my neck. I'm kind of brushing it a little bit there because I'm pulled off some of my makeup there because of the way that I was doing that, but I was just trying to get those lines to not be so noticeable, but to still leave the definition there. So, but anyways, I'm going to go ahead and just share. Let me get just a little bit more bronzer by my mascara. Why? I was feeling pretty lousy last summer, physically, mentally, just feeling kind of really lousy. My marriage was in a very, very bad place. I am not divorced yet, but I am separated and have been since the end of last summer. Without going into those details, because I'm not trying to be dark and heavy. Me personally just needed something. I was starting to have a lot of health issues. I really thought it was the stress that was going on in my marriage that was making me feel so sick. I at some points thought I was having a heart attack. I was having so much chest pain and breathing issues. I just really wasn't feeling well. And I started seeing doctors. Well, unfortunately now, that'll probably be like the tone of the rest of my life. I did find out I actually had health issues, so I've been addressing those to the tune of like several times a week. So for months I've been seeing a lot of doctors and taking care of me. I am in pulmonary rehab now, so I go 3 days a week, and it's like cardiac rehab. You get exercised and strengthen your heart and lungs, and they monitor you and heart monitor and a breathing, a pulse ox thing. And anyways, I'm digressing. I apologize. So because of the way I was feeling over the summer, I was kind of like, I really need something. I need something for me. I need something that's going to give me a lift. And you know, I, I go to church. I have a huge family. I am a mother of 6, a grandmother of 14. I'm going to be 17 by the fall. So it's not like my life isn't enriched and blessed and beautiful. You know, with that comes all the big family problems. So I'm not trying to say that like my life is just all peaches and cream, because there is a lot of sour that goes along with having so many people. But there's a lot of blessings. So I always try to look at the life as cup half full instead of half empty. It's just always the way I've been. It's made me pretty naive at times, and it's made me too trusting at times, but it's still my choice to be that way, even when things have disappointed me, or I have turned out that I was, I don't want to say too dumb to know the truth, just when I was too naive or too trusting to realize what was going on around me. So that said, I was looking for new makeup because my skin is aging, everything is aging. 52, and I just really wanted something that would make me feel better. And I was thinking, well, maybe because I really didn't use a whole lot of makeup before. Maybe a little blush, a little bit of lipstick, a little bit of mascara, call it a good day. I had never done my eyebrows before in my life. I mean, I've had them plucked or waxed, but I've never like filled them in, or I just didn't do those things. So I don't know if it was vanity that started it out, or if it just was like truly something that, you know, I needed something to lift my spirits, fill my time. I honestly don't know that part of it, but I can tell you that I was told by a friend about Maskcara. I started following the young lady that was selling it, and then I made an order. I got some product, and then I was like, wow, this just makes me feel confident. This makes me feel happy. This makes me feel good. And then I ordered some more, and then I participated in a beauty bash that she had, and I won the pot of rewards. And then after I got all these things, I decided to buy a kit and got all more things. So I made a huge investment in the beginning, but I felt like I was investing in me because of the way it made me feel. It made me feel confident. It made me feel good. It made me feel happy. And at the end of the day, I was like, you know, at some point I have to be worth it to myself too. It can't just always be about everybody else. And that's kind of the way, you know, when you're a mother, that's the way it is, right? I mean, you're the last to get clothes, or you're the last to get yourself something at the store. You always see something that some so-and-so will love, or, oh my gosh, wouldn't that look great on so-and-so, or, oh, I think I'll pick that up for Christmas because I know so-and-so will love that. That is the way I used to shop anyways, and I have done a lot more for myself in the last year or so, but that's my mascara's why. And the reason I decided to start selling it wasn't because I was hoping to get rich and successful, or that I thought I'd do a really great job, because there's these beautiful young women that use this makeup and have this flawless skin still, and that looks so fantastic. And so it's not like I thought I'd ever reach where they're at, but I just want to every woman, and women my age, women older than me, women younger than me, but anybody that I could reach out to, that I could provide that same confidence and that same feeling that it gave me, I wanted to do that. This makeup has just given me like the confidence to know that I am important too. I am of value, and how did makeup do that? I really can't tell you. Maybe it's the sisterhood of working with these other women. Maybe it is just coming out of my shell a little bit. I've learned to be a little bit more, I've always been extremely internal, hold everything in, absorb everything internally, not really share, you know, I'll share the beautiful things going on in my life, but I don't always share the ugly. And I've learned this year to really just put it out there. This is what you get. This is who I am. This is, you know, what I'm dealing with. And it actually takes so much out of you. Like, you know, it took me a long time to turn it over to God. And he knew everything already anyways, right? But to just be honest with him and give him control. And now I'm trying to learn to be more open to people too, and more trusting of people. And for some reason, this has given me that avenue. So that's my why. And I'm sorry that took so long. And that now I've made this a really extremely long video. If you made it to this point, thank you. And if not, I don't blame you. Let me see, what color am I going to dot on for my, I have one very neutrally color, so I think I'm just going to put on a little bit of nude. I'm going to start with my lips. And then I'm just going to dot it right there in the apple of my cheek and kind of going back. I'll take that brush and kind of just blend it in with everything that's going on there already. So I just added a little bit of that cheek color to that bronzer and to the contour. And then I'm going to go and highlight. And I think I'm actually going to use a cream today. I used a powder, but you could really see when I use the powder, you could really see the smile lines. Like, it just for some reason really accentuates and that has something to do with my skin. The powders are gorgeous and I wish I could use them all, the powder illuminators, excuse me. But the creams just really look better on my skin, and I'm smart enough to know that. But I still push it sometimes and try to put a powder on, just because I love them. Powders do, you know, help me with accenting eye looks. So, you know, I'll still always have them, and I'll have them too in case I'm ever doing somebody else's makeup, because they're going to have different skin than I have. So I don't typically apply the cream with a brush. I usually just use my finger, but I have some of that lip color on my finger. I haven't washed my finger yet. Oh. Well, I better be careful because now I'm going to get it on my nose. So I just thought I'd try the brush to see, but I think with the creams, the brush makes it a little bit harder. This is our new illuminator, Angel, and I love this new illuminator. I think it's really nice. I'm actually going to have to go back on my cheeks with my finger. Make sure I use the one that didn't have lipstick on it, because it just didn't go on there very well with the brush. But that illuminator I really like because I have very much just a natural look today, and it is just more of a dewy look. The Angel is, it just kind of provides that dewy look instead of like a real glam finished look. It's just kind of gives you that little bit of the dewy look that this time of year, I feel like this time of year really calls for that. I'm going to go ahead and quickly do my eyes because I don't want to make you guys have to hang out for forever. And this has been way longer than I anticipated. I just really wanted to share what got me here and why I'm doing this, because some people look at it and it's probably like, what is that old lady doing? I'm having fun. That's what I'm doing. I'm having fun. No, I'm just going to do, I always say this, I'm just going to do a real basic look. Well, that's because that's all I really know how to do at this point. I haven't really learned anything complicated yet. I need to spend some time practicing, and time has just not been something I've had a ton of recently, so that's all right. It'll come. I've learned what I've learned so far, so I'm sure I'll keep learning. And this is my favorite way to do it anyways. I just think that when you have on simple makeup, a simple eye, just so that the eyes don't have nothing. Oops, that one's it's lower. Kind of raise that up. And I have hooded eyes, and by that I mean like when my eyes are open like this, you can't see what I put in the crease of my eye. So I really actually have to go a little higher than the crease to make that visible. So, you know, see, I went way higher than the crease, but even with my eyes open, you can't really, it's not like, oh my gosh, look at all that makeup. And I keep going low on this eye. I don't know why I keep doing that. All right, so I'm gonna keep putting this in front of you guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna use the eyeshadow everything brush. I'm gonna have to go back and clean that up and just blend that out. I'm just gonna keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to blend that in the crease and right above the crease, just to make it all work together. See? It's not harsh like that. It's just nice and blended out. Now I'm going to go to that side and do the same thing. Just keep washing it back and forth to get it blended out. I'm going to go underneath the eye with that darker color, just halfway. Make it all blend together. If you completely outline your eyes, it makes your eyes smaller. But when you just kind of go halfway, it just pulls the whole look together and makes your eyes look beautiful. So I'm going to clean up a little bit because I made a little bit of a mess. So just wanted to clean up that area so that it wasn't down here because I had a little bit of fallout. For that reason, a lot of people will do their eye makeup before their other makeup. I just never know what I want to do. So like sometimes I'm just not going to do them at all. And in that case, you know, I don't want to sit there hem-hawing before I do my makeup trying to figure it out. All right, I just need to blend this a little bit more right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and use Starlet. No, I'm going to use Glamazing. And that's going to go in the corner of my eyes and up here to finish it off. Oops. I have to go back and fix that. So the corner, when you do that in the corner of your eyes, it just kind of brightens things up and opens the eyes up a little bit. And you're just highlighting that brow bone because that's like the high point of your eyes. So I look like I have bags under my eyes this morning when I look in the camera, but it doesn't when I look in the mirror. That's really weird. Okay, so I'm going to do my eyebrows and I'm going to do my mascara, but I'm not going to have you guys hang on here any longer. This has probably been a super long video. This is the eyeshadow everything brush. This is Blend and Tap. These are the two I use to do my eyes. I will use Hot to Trot, the newest eyebrow brush, to do my eyebrows. This was the Blend Best Friend, I think is what this is called. I am going to have a post about the brushes just so that you know. And the other one that I used was the multitasker. This is one of my absolute favorites. So if I was just getting two brushes in the very beginning, honestly, I would probably do the multitasker and this one, because the multitasker does all the small things. It can even do your eyes. It outlines things. I've done my eyebrows with it. I've done my eyes with it. I've done my nose contour with it. I do my lip contouring with it. This one could replace the other brushes until you could get those. If you wanted a second brush and were wondering what I would recommend to be your second brush, that is probably it. I really love that brush. So with that, thank you so much, and I will talk to you all soon.